So one of the questions that I know that's going to be big, and don't mind the shaky camera. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Is people might have questions about the visa or property management, just the legal requirements to even, purchase a villa here. How can you help and maybe guide them in that aspect ahead of time?
Right. So the way that I can guide you guys through that process is just understanding that you legally cannot own any land here, right? But what you can do is lease the land, right? So just understanding to lease a property for rental income purposes, right? So if you plan to rent out these properties, you don't need any type of visa, right? You don't need any type of visa, any type of business structure. You just need an Indonesian bank account to receive the money in. It's the only thing that you need, right? Which is very easy to set up. You just need a local sponsor who can basically walk you into the bank and help you get set up. So you can do that through any type of visa agency or any type of agency, local agencies that provide that service. And also, obviously, since our team is local developers, we help you with that process and being your sponsor to help you set up your personal Indonesian bank account.
I think that's very helpful.
Right. But also to add in, if you want to live in these villas for indefinitely, then you would need a visa, right? If you want it to be easier for you, you don't need it to own it, right? So you don't need this visa to own the villa. You just need the visa to stay in Bali without having to leave and come back and do visa runs.
Yeah.
So if you have a visa on arrival, if you're just a tourist, you basically get to stay for 30 days and extend it for another 30 days. But when the 60 days is up, you have to leave the country and come back if you want to continue staying there. So they have a C1 visa, they have a B1 visa, and these visas allow you to stay 3 months at a time, 6 months at a time, and then you have to extend it and leave and come back. Kitas or a retirement visa would allow you to stay for 1 year at a time, but still you would have to do a visa run once a year. So that has nothing to do with the ownership of the property. That just has to do with you staying in Bali for X amount of time. So
when you say visa run, what does that mean?
So a visa run is typically it's popular with digital nomads and people who travel to Bali and actually don't just want to come here for 1 week or 2 weeks. They want to live here temporarily, maybe for 3 months, maybe for 6 months, maybe for 1 year. So say, for example, I've been in Bali for almost 2 years and I have to do visa runs every 2 months because I've been on a visa on arrival. Now that, I'm actually working with locals here, I'm in the process of getting my kitas, but I still don't have it. So I still have to do visa runs just like everybody else. So every 2 months when my visa runs out, I have to leave the country, fly to a nearby country. Say, for example, I usually fly to Kuala Lumpur, which is in Malaysia. It's a 3-hour flight and I fly there. I usually stay for maybe a day or two. And then I fly back to Bali and I reset my visa on arrival and now I have another 60 days to stay. So that's all. That's what a visa run is.
Okay. Yeah, because with the other long-term visas, you have to have a certain amount of money in a bank account, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And sometimes you need a sponsor, you need to have local companies. So say, for example, if you want to work here, or if you want to invest here, you need whoever you're investing with needs to basically provide the right documentation so that it shows proof that you actually are investing or you actually are working here, right? With a local company, not a foreign company, right? So you could do it through foreign companies as well, but they have to be set up as a Indonesian, a PTPMA, which is what they call it. And a PTPMA is just basically an LLC, but just in Indonesia, that's what they call their company structures.
Okay. And then, as far as the property management aspect of it, like if you just wanted to do property management without even dealing with the visas at all, what would that look like?
Right. So essentially, if you want to buy this villa as a pure investment, right? So meaning you're not one of these people that want to come and stay in the villa all the time, et cetera, then you essentially don't ever even really have to come to Bali. Only in a rare circumstance sometimes when initially buying the property that you would have to come, but that also can be, waived pretty much. But in that case, you would never have to come here and you would never have to lift a finger. Everything would be hands-free for you and the property is ran for you. So it's 100% turnkey investment and hands-free for you as an investor. So yeah, it's the most stress-free process that you'll ever go through, because in other places when you make real estate investments, you're pretty much responsible for everything.
Yeah.
So Bali is one of the best places in the world for that. They're very experienced with property management, and they usually take a low percentage, anywhere from 15 to 30% of the profits of the villa when it comes to the rental income. So that includes operational costs, that includes taxes, that includes maintenance, that includes cleaning, that includes marketing, that includes everything. So you don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to put any extra money into the project. Once you pay the 185, that's pretty much it. Unless you need to set up a bank account if you want to get a visa, a KITAS, or a PTPMA, which is a business here. So that's it, and that's the full cost. That includes taxes, and everything. So there's no hidden fees. There's no hidden cost. Everything is very straightforward and transparent. And also, there's multiple different ways that we can accept payment.
Yeah, you mentioned that it's pretty flexible. How much is it down payment?
So usually it's 25% down, right? So 25% down to secure your unit. And then from there, we can structure the payments during the construction cycle. So the completion of the construction cycles.
Yeah.
So, for example, once the land is procured, then another payment will be due. Once the roof or the second floor is completed from the structural foundation, the next payment. Once the furniture is placed inside of the villa, then it's the next payment.
The
Once
milestones.
It's the milestones, exactly. You're paying during the milestones.